Hello, this video is going to be on edge finding your part. So what that means is we need to find where the edge of the part is, the exact edge, so that we can set our 0 on the edge, and then we have to do the same thing on the back or the other edge. We need to know X and we need to know Y. Okay? So now if you look at this thing, it has some diameter to it. Okay? If I take my caliper out of the box here, notice it's in the box. The box was closed so I don't get chips in there, because I've talked to you about this. There's this exposed gear rack here, these teeth, and if I get chips in there, it ruins my caliper. So I'm going to measure it. This is 200 thousandths diameter. 200. So that means if I touch this off the side, like this, in order to find the center of this diameter, I have to move over a radius, or half that diameter, so it's on the center of the tool. So it's half on, half off. Okay? That's our goal. So I put my part in up against the stop. The reason I use the stop is when I edge find, and I set my 0 according to my print, I can take my part out, and I can come back after I measured it and put it back in up against the stop, and my 0 is the same. If you are, I don't know, not thinking, let's go with that one, and I put my part here, and I come and I edge find, I set my 0, and my stuff is perfect. I take my part out to measure it. Shoot, I gotta start over again. I gotta put it back in and edge find it again. I'm kind of like, maybe it's lazy, I don't know. I don't want to do that more than once a day. So, here's the goal. Goes in a chuck. I already showed you how to do the chuck in and out. Follow that procedure. Now for this. Okay, tighten it up. Hand tight. There is a chuck key over here. No, don't use it. This thing is hollow. It has a spring in it so that it works. If you do that, you're going to crush it, and then you're going to buy it. So, hand tight. Okay? This edge finding runs at 1,000 RPM. It's a nice, easy number to remember. We got to set it to 1,000 RPM up here. On this machine, we're going to turn it on. Then you turn the dial to 1,000 RPM. Do not move this without the spindle running. It will mess it up. Then 1,000 will be some other number. Okay? It gets jacked up. So don't do that. So it's 1,000 RPM. High for high gear. High on the side, high here, or forward. Low over here, other direction. Because one direction in high is forward, the other direction still in high is reverse. You won't ever drill a hole. You'll burn it up, ruin your part. Same thing with end mills. It's just, it won't be a good day, trust me, for you or for me. So, I like to do X first, so I'll try and get you lined up so you can see down here. So what's going to happen is this little thing's magically going to move when I get to the spot. So I'm going to do it in the middle. Okay, let me see if I can get you a little bit closer to this. There we go. That's a little better. You don't want to see me, you want to see the process. So I'm going to go about in the middle, and I'm going to move in, and you're going to see this thing's going to be wobbling. See, it's wobbling. And what's going to happen is it's going to get smooth like this, and then it's going to move off to the side a little bit, and you're going to see it shoot off a little bit, and that's when we're done. So I'm going to let it wiggle. I'm going to bring it down. Crank the knee up. Not enough travel. I want to be about halfway down this thing, the 200 thousandths diameter. There's my Y. I'm going to move X, and I'm going to move to the part until it stops wobbling. See if I can get you a little bit closer. Let's put this on this side. There we go. So now the key here is to watch 200 thousandths diameter, which is the bottom. It's wobbling. It's going to stop wobbling slowly. Now you got to go slow. I'm cranking the handle really slow. And I'm watching it. Oh, see, it's getting wiggling less, wiggling less, wiggling less. See, it's wiggling. It looks like it's almost one piece now. That's the goal. And then it's going to, that means we're almost there. And we're going to go a little bit more. Still looks like one piece. It's going to move off to the side, either the left or, oh, there. Did you see that? It moved off right there, over to the left. It's just a little bit. See, now it looks like it's two pieces, but it's not wobbling. This is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Now, if you went too far because you were going too fast, back up and come back in and do it again. But right now, order of business is raise this up above the part. Doesn't have to be super far, just a little bit above the part. I like to do it this way so that I can see it. So now, I'm gonna bring it back here. Because we gotta mess with the digital readout here. Digital readout. Important thing, we need ABS. It's not anti-lock brakes, it's absolute. That means it's from a 1 times 0 is always 0. Okay? X-axis. So what I want to do is, it's kind of wore off, it says 0. Press it once and set it again. So 2 times. Now it says 0. Now, how far was that? How big of a diameter was this thing? 200 thousandths, that's right. So what's a radius on a 200 thousandths diameter? 100, half of it. Okay? So I got to move over into the part, 100 thousandths. Where'd it go? Right about there. See, I'm on the edge. Okay, so I'm going to move into the part until my digital readout up there says 100.100. So there's 30 thousandths. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, exactly 100. Okay, now let's look down here. It's right smack dab down the middle. Halfway. Half of it's on the outside, half of it's on the inside. See that? Let me bring you in for a little close-up action. Okay, so look at half on, half off. That's what I want. Now, I have to go back to my digital readout. Need me some room here. And I have to 0 it again. This is where most students will screw up. They get the edge, they move 100, yay. But if I don't set 0 again, 0 is not going to be the center of my tool on the edge of the part. That's my goal. I need the center of the tool on the edge of the part. Because if I'm using a drill, it comes to a point. And that point needs to be on the center of the edge, because when I go off the dimensions on my part, it's going to say go over 1 inch. And it wants the center to be on 1 inch, if you look at the print. So I need the center of this on the edge so that when I move 1 inch, the center of my tool is at 1 inch. Okay? So I need to 0 this again. 1, 2, X is done. Repeat the process for Y. So I'm going to move to the middle. I'm going to move out. The reason I do the right side, because it's up against the stop. The reason I do the back is because the back doesn't move. The front, when I loosen this up, moves. So if my part is thicker or skinnier, my 0 would change. So I'm doing it in the back. So I'm going to lower this down. In case you don't remember or know, this is the lock. This locks. And if you let it go, flies up. If your hand's in the way, hurts a lot. Okay? So don't do that. Lock it. I don't have to kill it, just snug. Okay? It'll hold it in place. Now, we're going to get up here close. So, it's not wobbling, so I got to make it wobble. So I'm just going to touch it. Now it's wobbling. Same process as the last one. Slowly move into the part. It's going to slowly wobble less. It's getting there. I already see it. Looking kind of like one. Slowly go. We're going to see it move. It's either going to move that way. The bottom half's either going to go that way or it's going to come this way. I think it's going to go that way. That's just my guess. And, oh, there it is. It moved. It moved off just a little bit. Okay? It's not a lot. It's just a little bit. See? It's offset. So, it's not wobbling. It's just offset. You can see it right there. Okay? So, you got to watch careful. Okay? So, that's done. I'm going to back up a little bit. So, what do I do? Raise up, hold this so I don't get my hand whacked. I raise it up just a little bit because it gives me a visual to see if I go the right way or the wrong way. So, I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so we're lined up. You can see me there. So, oh, I better set 0. Set 0, set 0, okay? Can you see it here? Okay, so you can see that I'm behind it. I have to move it so it's half on, half off, okay? So, I'm going to go 100 thousandths. Right there's 100. But look, it's not half on, half off. I went the wrong way. I'm too far away. So let's go back. There's my 0. So you can see the edge is by it. So I gotta go 100 the opposite direction that I went the first time. And now you can see I'm half on and half off. That's exactly what I want. Am I done? Yep. Now if I want a good part, my digital readout says 100. I need it to say 0 since I'm there, right? So, 0, 0, now I'm 0. Now, here's the big test. My big test is this. If I go to X0 and Y0, I'm going to be over that corner. Half on, half off. My Y0 is already set. I'm there. I'm going to go over here to where my digital readout says 0 and X. Almost there. Gotta get right there. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. See? If I lower this just a little bit, it's clear that I am half on, half off in the X direction. And I'm half on, half off. I'm sorry, that was Y. This is X. Okay? That's edge finding. And my digital readout says 0, 0 when I'm over the corner. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. So, this is edge finding. I hope this video helps. Last year I didn't have a video and some students took 50 minutes to edge find and then they didn't have any time to make a part. that's no fun. So, get this up, loosen this up by hand. Edge finding is done. See you next time.